Wow, wow, wow. That is too good. That is just disgustingly good. That is too powerful for a Formula 1 grid. Compose yourself, Dan. We've got a video to do. No beating around the bush today, guys. We're talking about AlphaTauri's 2020 Formula 1 car. A little bit of housekeeping in the sense that I don't really know what the correct enunciation is of the team name. David Coulthard, who was doing the official launch of the car, the launch evening, the launch event, sometimes called it AlphaTauri, sometimes called it Tauri. So if you're in the know, or Italian, or just have a bit of a better understanding than myself, I would love to know, because I don't really want to look like an idiot for the rest of the season. Also, if you are new around here, my focus is the design. I love design. That's what I'm all about. It's what I'm doing my degree in, pretty much. But I don't really know engineering. That is not my area of expertise whatsoever. So I stay away from that just a little bit. Also, the cars themselves, although the teams like to really spice it up and throw it in your face that it's a car launch, it's not really. Yes, we see the designs, we see the new driver outfits. The car itself, the actual structure of the car, is a bit of a hybrid monster. It's a little bit 2019 with a few specs of a 2020 car. So for these launches, I'm not focusing on the actual car itself, rather the design. And this design, I think, is my favourite design so far. There's lots of things I like about it. I think probably the biggest thing is that it's just completely different to what we've seen in Formula 1 for years. Now, I was speaking to council member Dan a little bit before I was doing this recording, and he pointed out to me, and I did agree, it kind of reminded us of that early 2000s Williams kind of vibe, with that darker navy red and white. That's what I see they're kind of going for. It also gives me visions of the BMW around that similar kind of time, more late 2000s, where they had a white and navy blue kind of design. But this, it's not what I expected from AlphaTauri. I did a video which has been insane, that video, so thank you all if you have watched that, about who actually are AlphaTauri. So if you're still a little bit unsure, you can go and check that one out. But long story short, it's Toro Rosso, but rebranded for Red Bull's clothing company, and they're predominantly black and white. That's their colour scheme. They don't use, predominantly anyway, navy blue features, and for the most part, the little teasers they were throwing out, they did such a good job on the marketing of this car. I think it's fair to say they fooled most of us into thinking that this was going to be a black and white, or even a black and chrome looking Formula 1 car, which I think would have looked really nice. And I think, like all things in modern marketing, modern design, fan edits look insane. They look so good. And then sometimes when you see the actual livery, it can be a little bit disappointing. So I've seen a bit of a mixed bag on social media. I think a lot of those criticisms are coming from people who just love the liveries that were being putting out online. And I totally get it. But I think they also fooled us, the team. They really did try and push us down the path of thinking it was going to be black and white. We've got something so radical, so different. It's going to stand out on the grid. It's completely different to Toro Rosso. Gone is the blue, gone is the purple and gold that they had in the early days of the team. It's just so nice. I really like it. The design itself, the white at the front, and actually, I think the way the car blends into the navy blue on most parts of the car works really well. On those side shots of the car, we've got that kind of sweet design where the Honda sticks out really nice on the white on the side pod, but you've also got then the navy above it, and the AlphaTauri badge and the name looks really good on the navy. I don't think it's a matte navy. Again, these renders, it's a little bit difficult to tell. Most modern Formula 1 cars seem to be going down the matte route at the moment, and matte white does look very nice indeed, but it is hard to tell on these initial shots of the car. I think from the sky view, the bird's eye view, The front wing is very, very busy indeed, something we haven't seen too much of in 2020. At the moment, we've got the actual words Alpha and Tauri, which whilst it's not symmetrical and sometimes that is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, I think it looks really nice. And I think the whole nose, plenty of sponsors on there, just looks really busy, looks really fun. The end plates as the AlphaTauri logo on looks really nice. And I think McLaren, was that yesterday? It was, wasn't it? I think the only thing that was really holding me back from giving that a better score was that it looked a little bit empty in certain parts. And that's certainly not something I'm going to say about this car. Almost everywhere they could, they have seemed to squidge in a sponsor somewhere, but it all seems to work. It's all seemed to have been planned with a design in mind, and it just looks so clean, so modern, and that's not something I've said about many cars. I like the fact they've gone with the navy halo. I said this with the McLaren, I like it when cars don't do a black carbon halo on a completely different design. For me, it just sticks out like a sore thumb, and I don't like it. This, I think it works really well, and I don't know about you, but predominantly, I'm so used to the halo now, I barely even notice it in these designs. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but this is an incredible piece of kit. And again, it might look slightly different when it's on the track, but I think if anything, it's going to look even better. Score out of 10, I wish I could give it 1,000. I really do. I like it that much. I don't think I gave a 10 out of 10 last year. Do I do it this year? I think I'm going to have to. 10 out of 10. I really love it. And I didn't expect to really love it. I thought I would like it. And I thought with Alfa Romeo releasing their Valentine's Day livery that they've been doing for the last couple of years, that was a black car. The Renault renders so far, that's a black car. And I was thinking, and then if AlphaTauri's a black car, it's going to be a bit much. But this is a great looking car, and I kind of wish Williams had gone down this route a couple of years ago, last season, and we haven't seen their car just yet, but I kind of wish they would go for this really sleek modern design, and that's the kind of issue I've had with cars this year, and Williams in particular last year. Gradients for me don't work on a Formula 1 car. Straight lines, curvy lines, fine. Gradients don't. 10 out of 10. I think I've said my piece. I really like this. And I was never a huge Toro Rosso fan, as much as I love Carlos Sainz, Alex, Max. Blimey, this is a nice car. And I might have to become an AlphaTauri fan. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. In the top right hand corner, I'll get back on track. In the top right hand corner, you can have your say on the AlphaTauri livery. Do you love it? That's the one you should click because that's the right answer. Is it meh? Is it rubbish? Or maybe I'll just put love it because it's just such a good livery. If you're new around here and you're trying your best to keep up to date with all of this constant Formula 1 news at the moment, the subscribe button is down below if you want to join us for the ride in 2020. Of course, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and I hope you love the car as much as I do. Thank you very much for watching. This one was a little bit longer than normal, but hey, I love it. Such a nice car, guys. Right, that's my piece. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.